Are you ready to enjoy music again? Stay right there for Neon Music Country Legacy with Randy Moore.
Thank you very much, Bert. Welcome to Neon Music Country Legacy. My name is Randy C. Moore, and I'm your host. Now it's time to get the music started. A million stars were in the sky, 4 a.m. on the 5th of July. We headed out to Toledo Bend, me and Daddy going fishing again. He said we'll be there in an hour or so. Charlie Rich was on the radio. I said, I hope that we get lucky today. He nodded his head and I heard him say, if the good Lord's willing and the mercury runs, we'll be on the water before the sun. With rods, reels, and spinner baits, we'll cast our troubles out into the lake. 'Cause life is a whole lot better when the fishing's fine. And there's a little bit of heaven at the end of that line. Now we pulled into Choctaw Camp, eased that bass boat down the ramp. I held the rope while he parked the truck. I called myself waking up. He got us out to our honey hole. How he finds it, I never know. I said, all these trees look alike. He said, son, you can trust an old Indian guide. When the good Lord's willing and the mercury runs, we'll be on the water before the sun. With rods, reels, and spinner baits, we'll cast our troubles out into the lake. 'Cause life is a whole lot better when the fishing's fine. And there's a little bit of heaven at the end of that line. Now when I think about my daddy, I think about fishing. And I think about fishing every day. When I die and leave this place, I want to see my daddy's face, saying, get the rods and reels, son, we're heading to the lake. A million stars were in the sky, 4 a.m. on the 5th of July. We headed out to Toledo Bend, me and Daddy going fishing again. La 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 la. Come on, let's go fishing. La 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 la. Grab the rods and reels, how does it feel? Son, don't you wanna go fishing? Daddy, I wanna go fishing. All right, welcome to Neon Music Country Legacy. I'm your host, Randy C. Moore, and as always, we're playing the best songs you can find anywhere. Some are famous, some are still trying to find their audience, but it's all good. Our Neon Spotlight for today's show is on master songwriter and record producer Steve Bogard. So sit back and relax for another trip down those Neon Railroad tracks with us. All right, we're glad you're here with us on The Legacy. Now we're going to turn that old Neon Spotlight on today's feature, Steve Bogard. I'll say a little bit about the man as he is set to join us at the microphone today to give us his own personal insights. Now, Steve has written 9 #1 country songs to date, including George Strait's Carrying Your Love With Me and Rascal Flatts' career-breaking Praying for Daylight. Now, he's won 20 ASCAP or BMI awards with hits and cuts by artists as diverse as Reba, Tanya, Patti Loveless, Etta James, The Four Tops, Sinead O'Connor, and Restless Heart. Now, he had forays early on in his career in Memphis and in Miami. He worked with people like Jerry Wexler. That's a heavyweight in the music business, folks. But he came to Nashville around 1983, and Marty Robbins cut an old song of his called Touch Me with Magic. And then he was off to the races. His successful career has taken him from Warner Chappell Music to his own publishing company, producing records and also being a staff writer now at a place called Magic Mustang Music. And to tell you the truth, he does a lot of other things too. Very interesting career this guy has. So let's hear from Steve Bogard. How about it?
Carried Away was the first of, I guess it's about 8 now, George Strait songs that I've had recorded. It basically was just kind of an apology to my wife for me getting a little over the top about some things, about sometimes songs, music, whatever. Songwriters sometimes tend to have a over-the-top personality, and sometimes I do get carried away, and it just, the chorus I did just sort of came to me, and so I took it to my buddy Jeff Stevens, and we wrote her up, and here I am singing Carried Away. I don't take my whiskey to extremes. I don't believe in chasing crazy dreams. My feet are planted firmly on the ground. But darling, when you come around, I get carried away by the look, by the light in your eyes. Before I even realize the ride I'm on, baby, I'm long gone. I get carried away, nothing matters but being with you. I'm like a feather flying high up in the sky on a windy day. I get carried away. It might seem like an ordinary night. Same old stars, same old moon up high. But when I see you standing at my door, nothing's ordinary anymore. I get carried away by the look, by the light in your eyes. Before I even realize the ride I'm on, baby, I'm long gone. I get carried away and nothing matters but being with you. I'm like a feather flying high up in the sky on a windy day. I get carried away. Get carried away by the look, by the light in your eyes. Before I even realize the ride I'm on, baby, I'm long gone. Carried away and nothing matters but being with you. I'm like a feather flying high up in the sky on a windy day. I get carried away, carried away. Well, I woke up one morning and I said to my wife, Beverly, how'd you sleep, honey? And she said, I was praying for the light of day. And I said, well, sorry you didn't sleep very well. And I went in to write with my co-writer, Rick Giles, that day and told him how Bev wasn't sleeping very well. And I said, she was praying for the light of day. And we just looked at each other and it clicked. And we went ahead and wrote Praying for Daylight and pitched it originally to my friends at Blackhawk. It was on hold there for over a year. And one day I got a call from Mark Bright, the producer, and he said, well, I hope you're not mad because I cut it on another band, and they're new, and they don't have a deal yet, but they will in a week. And they don't have a name yet, but they got one quickly. And so here's Rascal Flatts singing Praying for Daylight.
I don't want to spend another lonely night. Ooh. I've got the lights turned up, the doors locked, the bedroom TV's on. Doing the only thing that gets me through the night since you've been gone. Praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight. Praying for daylight. I made a bad miscalculation, betting you would never leave. 'Cause if you're getting on with your new life, then where does that leave me? Praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight. 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 Hoping that I didn't wait too long. But this is just the dawn before the dawn. Deep in my heart I know that you love me as much as I love you. You know I love you, girl. And that you must be lying somewhere looking up to heaven too. Praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight. Praying for daylight. I don't want to spend another lonely night. I don't want to spend another lonely night praying for daylight. Spend another lonely night. Ooh, praying for daylight.
Well, Carrying Your Love With Me is a great example of Nashville's kind of collaboration and camaraderie and how co-writers can work together. One day, my buddy Jeff Stevens came to me with this little piece of paper, and it said, Carrying Your Love With Me. He said, I think this is a really good title. We could write something great, but I'm not sure what the angle is. Just hang on to this until you come up with something. And so about 6 months later, I just sort of came up with that little metaphor about all I got, this beat up leather bag. And the next time we wrote, we hooked it pretty good. Turned into a 4-week number one. Funny thing, Jeff didn't want to write West Virginia down to Tennessee because he's from West Virginia and he's kind of humble, and he wanted California or something else like that. And when we got our number one Silver Cup from BMI, and producer Tony Brown was there, he we sat down. The first thing he said was, my favorite line in the song? And I said, no, what is it? He goes, West Virginia down to Tennessee. And I kind of kicked Jeff under the table with a friendly little "I told you so." And it's been a really good song for me. It's one of my favorites. And so here's George Strait singing "Carrying Your Love With Me."
Baby, all I got's this beat-up leather bag, and everything I own don't fill up half. But don't you worry about the way I pack. All I care about is getting back real soon. A goodbye kiss is all I need from you. I'm carrying your love with me, West Virginia down to Tennessee. I'll be moving with the good Lord's speed, carrying your love with me. It's my strength for holding on. Every minute that I have to be gone, I'll have everything I'll ever need. I'm carrying your love with me. On a lonely highway, stuck out in the rain. Darling, all I have to do is speak your name. The clouds roll back and the waters part. The sun starts shining in my heart for you. You're right there in everything I do. I'm carrying your love with me, West Virginia down to Tennessee. I'll be moving with a good Lord's speed, carrying your love with me. It's my strength for holding on. Every minute that I have to be gone, I'll have everything I'll ever need. I'm carrying your love with me. Carrying your love with me, West Virginia down to Tennessee. I'll be moving with a good Lord's speed, carrying your love with me. Say sick of songs about broken hearts, say I. If you spend some nights barking at the moon, you don't like being told what to do, say I gotta have something to hang my dreams upon, say I'm gonna keep rocking until I'm dead and gone. If you turn up the radio too loud, say spin round, say I. If you love a little more spending cash, but you hate taking out the Tuesday trash, say I gotta have something to hang my dreams upon, say I'm gonna keep rocking until I'm dead and gone. Well, he ain't where
Say I was just a feel-good idea that my buddy Jeff brought in to one of our writing sessions and said it's just kind of a cheer, kind of say I. And so we figured out a bunch of places where you would say I. As in I do, I would, I agree. And Alabama loved it. It was the last song they recorded. They wanted a first single, and they went in and did it, and it was doing really well. And unfortunately, Randy was having some health problems at the time, and he got on he had a heart attack and then recovered, and the band got on the ACM Awards, and they did it live, and unfortunately, I think he sang the second verse twice, or the words got all mixed up and all turned around, and it was just not one of Alabama's, who's my favorite band, is not one of their great performances, and the record didn't do as well as it could have, just because of that, just because everybody and everybody at radio saw that performance and were underwhelmed. But it was a fun song, and we loved writing it. Well, I got this chance to write with the legendary Delbert McClinton, and I've always been a big fan of his and of just blues and R&B kinds of things anyway. And so I went over there and we just knocked this little story thing out called "Who's Foolin' Who," and maybe 6-8 months later they were cutting a single for a greatest hits thing, and Barry Beckett, his producer at the time, called and said, "Steve, you got a lyric? Delbert's playing me this Who's Foolin' Who thing, and I love it, and I love the chorus, but he doesn't remember the words." He says there's all kind of stories about going out the back door and that sort of thing. Luckily, I still had the lyric. It was pre-computer writing, actually. I had it on some yellow pad somewhere, and turned out they made a really great record. Eddie Bears played drums, and when I first heard it, I flipped, because it's practically a drum solo, nonstop, wall to wall. It's never just marking time. It's just toms, and it's got a lot of energy. It's one of my favorite cuts.
jealous bone. Ever since you walked into my life, can't bear to see you out of my sight. Got a jealous bone, got a jealous bone. And I know I'm gonna run you off if I don't learn to let you go. But oh, you make me lose control. I was born with a jealous bone. See heads turn when you walk in the room. I know what they're thinking, 'cause I'm thinking it too. Got a jealous bone, got a jealous bone. I feel blood pound all through my veins. Every last part of me is calling your name. Got a jealous bone, got a jealous bone. Jealous bone. And I know I'm gonna run you off if I don't learn to let you go. But oh, you make me lose control. I was born with a jealous bone. Jealous bone. Jealous bone. Jealous bone. Jealous bone. Got a jealous bone. Got to have you, baby, all to myself. Can't stand the thought of you with anyone else. Got a jealous bone, jealous bone, jealous bone, jealous bone. Got a jealous bone, jealous bone, jealous bone. Got a jealous bone, jealous bone. Jealous bone, got a jealous bone.
On this song, my co-writer Rick and I were talking about him getting in a little bit of hot water with his lovely wife. We were all really close friends back then, and he just kind of said hello to a pretty girl, and I remember saying to him, "Oh yeah, it's not like Pat doesn't have a jealous bone in her body," and we looked at each other and went, "Jealous bone, that's kind of an interesting thing." We hadn't heard it done quite that way again. So we demoed it up, did a male demo, figured it would probably be recorded by a male, and a guy named Mark Brown pitched it to Tony Brown at MCA, and he loved it for Patty Loveless, and turned out Patty loved it too. So we were off and running with a hit on a song called Jealous Bone.
I remember when it all began. You couldn't keep your body from my hands. I remember nights we felt so close. How we got so distant, I don't know. So as you plan your brand new life, keep this one thing in mind. If you ever feel like loving me again, the door's wide open, baby, walk right in. I'll be waiting till the end of time, heart and mind. Now just like back then, if you ever feel like needing someone who will love you like I've always some things never end. If you ever feel like loving me again. People changing, baby, so do dreams. They move along to where the grass is green. So I won't hold you down to what we had. Last thing I wanna do is make you sad. But if things don't fly your way, girl, it's never too late. If you ever feel like loving me again, the door's wide open, baby, walk right in. I'll be waiting till the end of time, heart and mind. Now just like back then, if you ever feel like needing someone who will love you like I've always done, girl, I'll show you some things never end. If you ever feel like loving me again. If you ever feel like needing someone who will love you like I've always done, girl, I'll show you some things never end. If you ever feel like loving me again.
Jeff Stevens and I were producing an artist named Jerry Kilgore, great artist. He's from Oregon, on the Virgin Records at one time. And we were writing some with Jerry. Jerry's a very good writer. And so we wrote this thing kind of for Jerry, If You Ever Feel Like Loving Me Again. And we got invited to go out on the road, Jeff and I did, with Clay Walker. Wrote several things with Clay that he liked but never did record. But while we were out there, he asked, do you have any songs you'd want me to hear? And so we played him this one, and it turned out to be a single and was a hit for him, and it was a happy ending. Often when you write with artists, you may not get the song you wrote with the artist on the record, but you might get another song on the record because you become friends and you play them songs. Jeff Stevens and I were producing an artist named Jerry Kilgore, great artist. He's from Oregon, on the Virgin Records at one time. And we were writing some with Jerry. Jerry's a very good writer. And so we wrote this thing kind of for Jerry, If You Ever Feel Like Loving Me Again. And we got invited to go out on the road, Jeff and I did, with Clay Walker. Wrote several things with Clay that he liked but never did record. But while we were out there, he asked, do you have any songs you'd want me to hear? And so we played him this one, and it turned out to be a single and was a hit for him, and it was a happy ending. Often when you write with artists, you may not get the song you wrote with the artist on the record, but you might get another song on the record because you become friends and you play them songs.
At the time, it seemed like the right thing, breaking up and going separate ways. But now I find I can't keep from wishing I was back with you in yesterday, laughing and loving wild and free. No one else but you and me. was the best I've ever been. Can't believe we let it in. I wanna feel that way again. Holding hands, walking down a dirt road in the dark and knowing everything was right. We would dance, talk about tomorrow. Our lips would touch and set the night on fire. Back then there was nothing we couldn't do, believing that dreams come true. I wanna feel that way again. I wanna touch you like I did back then. I wanna hold you in my arms, let a candle burn till dawn, feel your breath upon my skin. It was the best I've ever been. Can't believe we let it in. I wanna feel that way again. Can't believe we let it in. I wanna feel that way again.
Jeff Stevens and I were writing with an artist that we had been working with at Wariner Chapel by the name of Danny Lee, a female artist, but she had kind of an alto voice, and she had a hat, and she had a kind of an attitude, and she had this title, I Want to Feel That Way Again, and we wrestled with it for a little while, and suddenly I just found the 5-4-1 chord at the ending. I said, what if we ended it with, it was the best I've ever been. Can't believe we let it end. I want to feel that way again, and we were off and running, and so we wrote it and pitched it to Tony Brown for George Strait, and they liked it, but he liked it more for Tracy Byrd, and Tracy made a really good record, real sincere, great vocal on it.
You said goodbye on Tuesday. I figured I would see you by the weekend. I either didn't hear you right, or maybe this old heart just didn't listen. So I'm writing you this letter I may never send, wondering if you're wondering how I've been. Well, it's lonely, but I'm hanging in, hanging out till I'm with you again, running out of reasons to be strong, hanging in, hanging out, and hanging on. Talk about Blue Monday. Tomorrow it's a week I've been without you. I haven't gone to work yet. I couldn't do a thing but think about you. But I know that I can make it through whatever comes, as long as there is still a chance to save our love. Well, it's lonely, but I'm hanging in, hanging out till I'm with you again, running out of reasons to be strong, hanging in, hanging out, and hanging on. Running out of reasons to be strong, hanging in, hanging out, and hanging on. I'm hanging in, hanging out, and hanging on.
Hanging In was a song we pitched to Jerry Crutchfield, who was Tanya Tucker's producer at the time. I believe we pitched it for a male artist, and he and his right-hand man, Pat Higdon, heard it for Tanya, and it turned out she really liked it too. The video was really one of the first times I really got into a video, because even though it's kind of a lonesome song, Tanya did a wonderful, fun beach video where she did chin-ups on Muscle Man's arms, and it was kind of the opposite. She made it into kind of a satiric thing. And we got the royalty. Funny, I told her this one time. We got the royalty check, the first one, and my wife and I had always dreamed of putting a pool in the backyard. So we went out in the backyard with a can of flour and drew the pool where we wanted to put it, and called it the Tanya Tucker Pool. She thought that was really funny. So this is Hanging In.
You sure know what you're doing, holding me this way. I'll go where you lead me, anywhere you say. You've got me where you want me. So darling, please be kind before you take it all, and I make that final fall. You've got to keep in mind, I'm a new fool at an old game, a kid out of school, trying to find my way. But I don't know the rules, so teach me how to play. I'm just a new fool at an old game. Or maybe I'm a dreamer, or maybe I'm naive. But when you say you love me, I start to believe that coal can turn to diamonds, and this night will never end. But if it isn't so, and I cry when you go. You've got to understand that I'm a new fool at an old game. A kid out of school trying to find my way. But I don't know the rules. Teach me how to play. I'm just a new fool at an old game.
Well, there was a young girl named Sheila Stephen, and she was, I believe, Miss Indiana, and was gonna try out for the Miss America pageant, and they needed an original song, and Rick Giles, my co-writer, said, "Well, if you bring us a great title, we'll write a song, and we'll put your name on it." And her father, who was an upholstery guy, he did rolled and pleated vans and stuff like that, from Indiana, hard-working, blue-collar guy, came up to the studio one day and said, "I think we got one for you. What about New Fool at an Old Game?" So Sheila got a piece of the song, and we wrote it, and it just came out on a reissue of a bunch of Reba's #1 songs. She did a great record on it.
There's a suitcase and a heartache. She was thinking of leaving, but she unpacks and she goes back to him. So he gets by with a bad life, 'cause in her mind it's the last time, and she needs him, so she believes him again. A woman loves beyond her questions and dreams beyond her doubts. Her heart will lead and she will follow, even when there's no way out. Her eyes refuse to see the danger as she walks right through the fire. A man may give himself to passion and desire, but a woman loves. In the morning, lying next to you, she'll be weeping while he's sleeping, going crazy, thinking maybe it's her fault. Maybe one night in the moonlight, she'll touch his hand and he'll understand how it could be, how it should be after all. A woman loves beyond her questions and dreams beyond her doubts. Her heart will lead and she will follow, even when there's no way out. Her eyes refuse to see the danger as she walks right through the fire. A man may give himself to passion and desire,
And when there's no way out, her eyes refuse to see the danger. As she walks right through the fire, a man may give himself to passion and desire, but a woman loves. A woman loves.
My co-writer on this one, Rick Giles, and I had been talking for a while about the differences in how a woman loves a man and how a man loves a woman, how it's a kind of a whole different thing. And so we wrote what we thought was really a good song that day. And that night we were out to dinner with our wives, and someone asked, I think my wife asked, you know, what's the deal on the song you wrote? It sounds like you're really excited. I said, yeah, it's kind of a theme we're trying to put together, and maybe write some other songs. And so his wife, Pat, said, what do you call the theme? And I said, I think we're going to call it neurotic desperation. And I was just meaning it to be a joke. I'm a big fan, obviously, of women have a daughter and a wife of 50 years, and but the conversation just really plummeted at that point. But a lot of people have told me when I played this song that they really didn't believe a man could have written this, that it's from a female point of view, and I point out that it actually, men understand women better than women think they do. And I'm real proud of this one. Steve Wariner made a great record on it.
All right, we're glad you could join us today. Hope y'all had as much fun as I did playing all these great songs and getting to know today's Neon Spotlight feature. Now, thanks for tuning into this radio station, and tune in again next week for another installment of Neon Music Country Legacy. I'm your host, Randy C. Moore. If you'd like more info about our show or would like to give us a shout out, we are on Facebook at Neon Music Country Legacy. You can find more out about your friendly neighborhood host at Randy C. Moore Music. That's Randy, initial C, Moore, M-O-O-R-E, Music, on Facebook, or go to randycmoore.com. So we're going to leave you with a song from my album, Lovekin.
It was 40,000 years or so, just past the beginning of all time. God was 15 minutes late for his board meeting, looking beat when he arrived. He said, angels, I apologize, shouldn't make y'all sit around and wait. When you're trying to build a universe, there's a whole lot on your plate. You recall just last Friday, I invented this creation I call man. Well, I've looked into his future and I see his troubles getting out of hand. There'll be no end to his wickedness and evil deeds as far as I can tell. So as much as it pains me, boys, we're gonna have to give him hell. We'll need a lake, a burning fire, where giant fish with jagged teeth swallow all the fishing boats, and a barroom made of brimstone, where whiskey tastes like gasoline burning in your throat, and the endless sound of banjos playing out of tune and out of time. And I'll need someone to run the place, help wanted, one devil for hire. Well, the angels all look puzzled just scratching at their halos with their wings. When the eldest one among them stood and said, "Hey Lord, you know I feel your pain. You and I have been the best of friends since this whole thing began. And if it's that important to you, Lord, well, I guess I'll be your man. We'll have a lake of burning fire, where giant fish with jagged teeth swallow all the fishing boats, and a bar room made of brimstone, where the whiskey tastes like gasoline burning in your throat, and the endless sound of banjos playing out of tune and out of time. You don't need to go looking around, I'll be your devil for hire. I'll be here for eternity, working day and night, leading souls down to misery and away from your pure light. Even though it won't be easy, I won't bitch and I won't moan. At least I'll have a place to call my home, with a lake of burning fire, where giant fish with jagged teeth swallow all the fishing boats, and a bar room made of brimstone, where the whiskey tastes like gasoline burning in your throat, and the endless sound of banjos playing out of tune and out of time. If you wonder how I got this job, I'm just a devil for hire. So don't ask me how I got this job, I'm a devil for hire.
Thank you for listening to Neon Music Country Legacy with Randy Moore. I'm Byrd Gagnon. Stay well, stay safe, enjoy music again.